Gosh, happy Monday. So glad you're here with me. I appreciate you so much. Inspires me knowing that I have an audience and a student in my Zoom class. This is awesome. Every Monday I go live at noon on my Healing Touch Vinyasa channel. And that is right now, Monday at noon, Pacific time. I'm in San Diego. Perfect opportunity to get our body in alignment. You know, if you're working, taking a break, even for just 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you don't have to do the entire class. You can just set yourself, a commitment maybe to do that 15-minute breath work at the beginning, or you can take 30 minutes or the entire hour, it's up to you. So today, let's start in child's pose, coming to the back of the mat. And lots of times we go right into child's pose and it might be too much for the hips. So lately I've been giving it some pulses with breath to warm up those hips. So you're coming forward and then you're letting your hips drop back. You could do that with breath. Inhale forward, exhale back. I have my knees a little wider and my toes together. Exhale, set all the way back, hips to the heels. Reach the arms forward. Oh my gosh, reach the fingertips towards the front of the mat. If your head touches, awesome. If not, let it hover or even put a block underneath the forehead. That's it. And just let the whole body settle in. Couple deep sighs. Inhale, nose. Let it out through the mouth. Exhale. Again, 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Wow, my whole back's releasing. Let your lower back soften and relax. 1 more like that. Inhale. Let it out through the mouth. Exhale. Beautiful. And gently walk the hands over to one side. Doesn't matter which side. We'll do both. Stretching out the side body. Inhale. And let it out through the nose this time. 1 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale to the other side. If you want a little bit more stretch, you could take that right or curving arm over top of that other hand. So you have this beautiful C curve in your torso. Again, 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more like that. Inhale. Nose breath. And let it go. Exhale. We call this Ujjayi breath or ocean breath. Come back to the center. Use that exhale to come to tabletop. Yes, great. So we use our wrists so much. Let's take a moment to stretch out those wrists, shaking it out, and then turning the fingertips towards the knees. And as you press into the hands, if you feel like it might work for you, you could also add on that cat-cow with your wrists. See if that works. If not, just lighten up, because sometimes this can get intense for your wrists. So be your best guide and come out when you need to. And that goes for the entire class, Whatever is not feeling right for you, you come out, take a break. Always breathing in and out. Wow. Last one. Exhale. Beautiful. I'm walking my knees closer to my fingertips, setting my hips on the heels. Again, check in with your knees. If your knees are okay, sitting this way, fine. If not, you could just cross-legged, move your body into a cross-legged position. So I'm just shaking out my hands because that's pretty intense, don't you think? And then give them some love, some compression. Your wrists, some compression each side. Excellent. And then I've done this quite often with you guys. If you remember our hand massage. Yay, we have another student coming in. Hand massage. So we're just opening up these hands. Take the, in fact, I'll come a little closer. So we're going to take the hand all the way out. You're flexing. Use the other hand and pull the wrist back. And then you're just massaging right from the knuckle all the way down to the tip of the finger. Beautiful way to massage the fingers and the hands. And you know there's all these nerve endings, meridian lines in the palms. Absolutely valuable way to start stimulating the vagus nerve, right? Our natural relaxation response. So I'm going right at the top of the finger and then rotating it all the way down to the very tip. You can do that with each finger. And keeping the shoulder down, not up to the ear, shoulder down, arm extended straight. Really good. All the way. And then when you do get to the thumb, all four fingers are pulling that thumb back, and then the opposite thumb is in that thumb pad, just pushing that. Great. I tend to want to multitask, dropping the chin, dropping the shoulder. Great, shake that hand out. And then we have the other hand, other arm, all the way out, flexing out through the palm. Give your eyes a moment to close. Start at the top, knuckle. Look, it's working. I'm yawning. You can do this seated. I'm just standing to come closer so you can see what I'm doing. Massaging each finger. Oh, wow. And if those yawns come, absolutely important aspect of shifting your frequency and your vibration is letting those yawns come out of the jaw and the face. In fact, even sometimes forcing those yawns to open up the jaw and the mouth. Good thing. Immediately shifts the frequency to a more relaxation response. Trust in your body. Okay, last, I'm on the thumb now, pulling that back, coming a little closer so you could see, pulling that all the way back, using the thumb in the thumb pad, and pulling that massage into the hand. Wow, just amazes me how quick that relaxation response happens. All right, shake it out. Coming back to all fours. This time, let's come to our elbows. Come right to the elbows. Measure the elbows underneath your shoulders by grabbing the hands right on the elbows. And you'll notice how they set up just like a puzzle. Pull the hands back forward so that they're parallel to each other like railroad tracks. Shake out the head. Now this might be a little intense for the shoulders, just depending on how tight you are, but it's absolutely a quick way to heat up the upper body. So then hover the knees, ribs in, torso, and then possibly finding a little bit of straightness in the legs, dropping the head. So you're in dolphin. I know, went right into it, but absolutely cool to do this right at the beginning. You're heating up the shoulders. Just come out when you need to. I'm going to shake my head out. I'm going to alternate my heels. Letting that breath come easily in through the nose, out through the nose. Good. One more breath. Great. Drop the knees. Set your knees close to the elbows again. Sit back. This time roll the shoulders up and back. Good. Nice. Excellent. Woo. Inhale, bring the arms high. Inside out with the palms. Again, you can sit cross-legged if this is uncomfortable on the feet. We're only going to be here for just a couple postures. Off to the right. Inhale, come back up to center. Off to the left. Inhale to center. Open it up right at center. Cactus arms. Good. Chin drops down. And hands behind you into rabbit pose. So interlace the fingers. It's a modified rabbit pose. As you interlace your fingers, drop your hands behind you down towards the earth. And this posture, you actually need to sit on your heels. So if you're cross-legged, come back to this position and then roll yourself down till the top of the head comes onto the mat. And the arms come up and over. Oh my gosh. One of my favorites. Whew. So as the crown of the head is on the ground, there's not much pressure on the head. There's more pressure in the knees. And if it feels awkward with the arms, you can always grab for the ankles or the heels. I tend to want to, especially right now, open up the shoulders just a little bit. So I'm opening up my shoulders by bringing my hands a little higher. Again, more weight into the knees than into the head. Wow. Stay as long as you like. I'm going to stay another 2 breaths. Last one. Awesome. Gently come down with the hands first. Use the hands for support. Unwind. Yay. And then now into our classic down dog. I think we're ready for that. Ideally, you're spreading the fingers as wide as you can. My shoulders are wide, so I like my hands as wide as the mat to let my chest come through. In fact, a cat-cow. Just to show yourself like how broad the chest can be. Forward. Cat-cow, just a couple. Feel how expansive the heart can be. Good, so back to neutral spine. Noticing how the clavicles forward, ribs are in. Hover the knees, tucking the toes and hovering the knees. Feel how powerful the core is. Out through the sit bones, out through the chest. This is a form of plank. Absolute strengthening right now through this core plank. Knees are hovering, chest forward, hips back. Hold, hold, hold. New breath. And then straighten it into down dog. Yay. Oh, adjust your feet how you like it. I like bending the knees a little, bouncing, especially for the first. Oh my gosh, I guess I needed this. Releasing all my stress or my yawning. Alternate heels, side to side. So I always say you're along for the ride. This is Taz yoga. Feels good in my body. Hopefully it feels good in your body. Alternating sides. Egyptian down dog. I guess I had a busy weekend. If you need to, you always can come back to that child's pose, especially if you're not used to the arm strengthening here. The wrists and the shoulders can sort of get fatigued.
So definitely come out when you need to. I've been practicing a long time, and I have this arm balance and arm strength and the opening in the shoulders, so it makes my down dog a little easier. But for those of you who are just starting, coming down on your knees and maybe just doing puppy pose. In fact, everybody can do that now. Drop your knees, walk the hands forward, and find your puppy pose. Definitely one of those postures that can work for the down dog if you need to. So puppy pose is excellent, keeping the hips right over the knees, finding lots of space in the belly and the ribs. Walk the hands forward, hover the elbows. Great. Walk your hands back in. We'll go back into down dog. It's up to you. You can do that hovering of your core. In fact, if you want to add on with this plank, just alternate the hips side to side. Keep the knees low. Breathe. Beautiful way to heat up the core. Side to side. I'm just turning my feet. Last one. Good. Woo. And up to down dog. Nice. This time we'll keep it quiet. Keep it still. Slightly bend the knees, hips high, head drops. Focus on the upper body by pushing into the hands and straightening out the arms. Two more breaths. Last breath. All right, and then just a little walk in with the feet, walk in with the hands, or step up to the front of the mat, whatever works for you. Coming into forward fold. Let it all go. It's okay if the torso's high. You know, this is my body. My body's been doing yoga for a long time, so I have a tight forward fold. But know that this is absolutely fine. Just safe back by bending the knees. Everybody's body's different. Embrace what you have. It's perfect for you. Grab the elbows. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Say, oh my gosh, this feels amazing. And just rock side to side. A couple deep sighs. Keeping it simple, you know, not a lot of complexity. You just find some somatic movement, some experience that helps awaken new pathways in the legs. Putting firm pressure down into each foot, letting the head relax and shake it out. Breathing easily, 4 counts in, 4 counts out. When you feel ready, release the hands. Interoception, you can touch your feet, touch your shins, wherever your hands land. Make your way into a seated, supported seat. I love this. It's just this beautiful kind of expression to straight arms, settle in, and then give yourself that cat-cow. Oh, yeah. Make it yours. It's like that midpoint before we stand. Inhale, and then powerful lift. All the way up to stand. Awesome. Wow, clearing of my sinuses, which is a good sign. It means your lymphatic system is moving. And when we have our lymphatic system moving like this through our circulation,
We boost our immune system, and that's how we stay healthy. That's how we stay healthy, absolutely. Okay, side bending. Reaching the arms up, right hand, left wrist, up and over to that right side. Feel the whole left rib cage spiral up. Inhale, come to center, still yawning. Off to the other side. Left hand, right wrist, up and over. Beautiful. Come back up. And take the hands behind you. Interlace. See if you can get right to the webbing on the fingers, and then wrists together. Drop the fist down behind you. As you do that, see if this works, where you're able to stabilize your core, push your hips forward, lift your heart up, and then you find yourself in your back bend. If that's too much on your back, highly recommend just supporting your back, either hands down or fingertips up. It's up to you. This is a little bit more advanced. There's some beginning students watching, so it's nice to have all these different levels. So just pay attention to what your body needs. Good. Come on up. Bend the knees and shoulder stretch again. We did this in rabbit. Now we're doing this in standing forward fold. Oh, gosh. Keep that breath flowing. Even if it's a couple deep sighs. Letting it go. You can hear the audible breath through my microphone. That's Ujjayi. In through the nose, out through the nose. It's like an ocean. Release the hands to the low back. Give it a little pounding. Little side of the IT band. Even down to the side of the calf. Feels awesome. You can tell I love my yoga after 25 years of teaching. Oh my gosh. All right, so warming up the hips and the low back by just dropping the hips low and then pulling the hips back up to forward fold. So it looks like this. Inhale to drop. I like the hands on the inside. Exhale to straighten. You can do that at whatever speed feels good to you, Go fast. Can bounce a little bit, can rock a little bit. A little faster breath too. It's Kundalini actually. It's the Kundalini yoga posture or our sequence. Last one. Multitasking, it warms up the legs really well. At the front of the mat, make sure you're at the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, high plank. Wow. High plank. Exhale to down dog. Just do that a couple times. Know that you can always take a break when you need it. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, down dog. Our first chaturanga will be coming up shortly. Yoga push-up. One more high plank. One more down dog. Back to high plank. Up to you. Dropping knees. Excellent way to do your chaturanga. High to low push-up. In fact, we'll do two so I can demonstrate. So knees down, same thing. You're just half of a plank. Your arms can come down and then come back up. or straight legs, chaturanga down, so hard, come back up, obviously. So let's do our knees because I'm inspired now to do a couple push-ups. Let's do it. So how about 5 chaturangas on our knees. So nice and slow. You want to keep your ribs in, your sit bones back, your heart forward. Exhale on the way halfway down. Inhale, come back up. And then repeat. 2, 3, 4, 5. Quality over quantity. Isn't that amazing? It feels so good. And then slowly just come down to your belly. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice. Tweet. Turn your head to one side, arms down by your sides. Give yourself a little rock into your hips. Deep sigh. Inhale, nose. Let it out through the mouth. Good. And then just turn your head the other way. Make sure you go right to the ear. Same thing. Inhale, nose. Let it out through the mouth. So good. And then turning your head straight down, support your head with your hands. Knees are a little wide as the mat. Feet are straight up. And just alternate dropping feet to right, to left. I call this windshield wipers. Good, soothing exercise for the back. Check in with your face and jaw. Make sure it's nice and soft and relaxed. You're in the right place, doing the right thing. Last set. Wow, feels great on the heaviness. When you let the heels drop, let gravity really take your feet. Not in a rush. You can feel it in that opposite hip crease, right in the lifting of that hip socket. Pretty cool. And my right side tends to be much tighter than my left, so this actually is just a nice way to focus on that tightness, letting it stay just a little bit longer. That's how you customize your yoga practice. You notice these things that are tighter and you stay on that to help balance your body a bit. All right, tops of the feet straight down, hands by your sides, chaturanga arms, and drape the navel forward. We're just gonna hover the toes now, and then hover the hands. Just lift. Feel the length through the back of the head too. So the chin is a little bit low towards your chest, long neck. In fact, you could open up the arms and let them be like airplane wings. And then reach the thumbs forward. You can look at them so you can see that they're crisscrossing, hooking. Then once you lift them up, drop your head down. Flying. Lift, lift, lift. Last bit, bring your hands behind you, interlace the fingers and lift again. Oh! Nice. And now right into up dog. Tuck the toes under, drape your belly forward and come into up dog. Yep. Whew. Oh, wow. Love it. And either straight legs or bent knees. Come into down dog. And finally, I bet you're waiting for this. I am. A little bit of hip work. That will be good. So toes together. You can always do this on your knee. Okay, you can lift that right leg up and let it spiral around. Or you can do it in one-legged down dog. It's up to you. It just depends on your level. Okay.
catching my breath from that locust pose. Leg behind you, ribs in, slightly bend that bottom knee, and you have some space in your navel and your belly. We call that Mula Bandha, root lock. And then the next one above that is Uddiyana Bandha, flying bird lock, keeping the Sushumna, which is your energetic flow channel, nice and pure and strong. All right, let's just step up. Right foot. Let the left knee drop. So if you only have a single mat, I would recommend folding that mat over for padding underneath the left knee. Oh yeah, just close, just that right hip. Right hip pulls back and then just settle in. So good. I like all this little somatic movements, especially if you have stiff neck and shoulders. Adjusting, getting that to stay onto the back. Cactus arms, excellent. Maybe even interlace fingers and finding an arc. Beautiful. Head comes down, C-curve to the right. You can drop that right hand down towards the mat. Soft face, relaxed jaw. Inhale, right arm high. And then switch sides. Over to the left. Take that left hand down. Awesome. Bring that left hand up. Whoop, find your balance. And hands to the waist, half monkey pose. Flex through the right heel. This is a great place for blocks. If you have blocks available, you can use that for your right hamstring stretch. Good. In fact, I probably need them today, but that's it. Using your inhale to extend and then exhale to drape over. Oh, wow. Surrender into the low back. Let your breath come easily. Even if there's an occasional sigh out through your mouth, it feels amazing to let that go. Good. And then before we transition to the other side, I really feel like another puppy pose, but this one has a variation. Take your leg off to the right and make sure it's not far behind you. So this would be too far. You can see how it affects the hip. You want that hip crease to shoot back, so you pull it forward just a little bit. Start with the elbows. Inner groin stretch. And then straighten out the arms. Oh yeah. I'm laughing because I said just one more, but we're adding on to this posture with a twist. So take that left arm and hover it, hand up, 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 and then thread the needle. Bring that arm underneath. See if you can reach for that right ankle. Back of the shoulder comes down. Again, this is an advanced posture. Absolutely stay where you were. If that felt more comfortable to you, check in to see that maybe it is good just to stay where I am. You don't have to move on to that next. Each pose has its own purpose, and no pose is better than any other pose. It's not a competition. So funny, I've been teaching for 25 years and still have to remind everybody about that. You don't have anything to prove. Just being you, just being is enough. Gently unwind if you added the twist. Exhale to come out. And then it's, again, beautiful place to explore. So say you want to go back into child's pose, into down dog. or into high to low push-up. So all those options make this in-between place your beautiful creative practice, your creative flow. I'm gonna go for high to low push-up and up dog. And down dog. Nice. Good. So again, take a break. These are just suggestions. If you need a break, take a break. I'm ready for my other side. Left leg's gonna come up. Both knees bending, kicking to the side. Exploring my left hip. About 3 more breaths. Last breath. Yeah, it's just your own shape. Step up, left leg, dropping that right knee onto your double mat. I think that's right. Yeah, I don't think we did anything else. And left hip pulling back, left hip crease. I tend to bring my fingers into this left hip crease and move it back so that the right hip crease can roll forward and you're dropping in. But you're not just dumping. There's a bit of lift through the low belly, which takes you into that stable balancing place, especially when we're playing with all the arm stuff. This needs to stay strong. Good. Cactus arms, find that. Why cactus arms? Because it helps open the clavicles and reminds you to lift through your heart. That's it, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other in the back, but then also making them broad. So it's quite dynamic. Good. Once you're there, if you want a little bit more, you connect, reach up, drop back. Weaker side, left foot's weaker, left hip's weaker. I'm staying just another breath or two. Good. Chin comes down. C curve to the left side. Left hand drops to the mat. Woo! Lucky you have a wall there. Inhale, left arm high. Eyes are staying still, nice and quiet. You're just listening to my voice. Over to the right side. Right hand drops down. Stay tall. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, ideally 4 counts. 4 counts with your breath. Release to half monkey pose. Beautiful. Flex through the heel. Hinge at the waist. Oh, wow, nice. Hamstring. Nothing like a good hamstring stretch. Letting that left hip drop. Finding some space in the belly. Remember that Mula Bandha. That navel in and up. I like the hips nice and square here to give space for the belly, and the hamstring can stretch. Let's take that inhale to look forward and then that exhale to melt down. Good. And then left foot off to the right. Start with elbows first, pushing into the left foot. Feeling the inner thigh, inner groin stretch as you shoot the hips back, lift through the chest, forward, and then great transition to straight arms. Elbows hovering, head dropping. All right, right arm at that twist, right arm hovers, and thread the needle underneath, grabbing towards that ankle. If not, if you can't reach it, don't worry. No worries. And then possibly top arm up and around the back. Beautiful, plenty. Left arm comes out. Release that top arm. Unwind. Again, you know your flow. If you want that high to low push-up, go for it. If not, child's pose, down dog. Yeah, I'm just going to child's pose. So nice. With double fists underneath my forehead. With an exhale through the mouth. Maybe some sound. So good. Woo. All right. So Malasana, let's just focus on Malasana. And if you have blocks, good for you. You can sit on them. I didn't bring my blocks, so today actually I'm going to roll my mat up and use it under my heels because I have tight, stiff ankles. So those are the two choices. This little roll up for your heels or sit on a block. Notice how the heels get some support, and then I could sit a little bit more comfortably. Yeah, that's awesome. And we'll just stay for about 5 breaths. You can also do this in a chair on a low stool. Okay, so nice and wide, letting my knees come out to the sides. Elbows are on the inner edges of the knees. Shoot the hips back, heart forward. Oh yeah. Starts bringing symmetry to each side. And again, oh my gosh, chin is always high for me. It takes conscious effort for me to get this throat to stay in and back. That's another lock. It's called Jalandhara Bandha. So there's a lock right at the throat. Feel that lock. Feel the lower lock, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, middle, and then Jalandhara Bandha, throat. Stay for another 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, last 2. Exhale. Oh wow, last one's a doozy. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Release the hands. Inhale. Lean forward. Exhale. Straighten out the legs. All right. Little walkabout. We're going to close up soon. Roll up. Just give yourself a moment. Maybe there's a sip of water. A couple deep sighs. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We're going to close up. I'm going to grab a drink of water. I'll be right back. We're going to go down to the ground. All right, that was nice. Woo, really good. Okay, straightening out the mat. Might as well go through a flow. So come to the front of your mat. Yeah, down to the ground with our dessert pose. What's our dessert pose? Everybody knows that pose. Pigeon pose. We'll take a nice pigeon pose and then we'll close up. Inhale, reaching tall. Exhale. Dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, stepping back, high plank. Use that exhale for low push-up. To up dog.
to down dog.
Nice. Coming in with that right knee. Let's do the right leg first. So you're sliding that right knee up between your thumbs on the ground. And you're in your pigeon. So extra support if your right hip is high. You can always put a block or a towel underneath that right hip. And then mount yourself forward. Left hip sort of drops down. And supporting yourself. You can start with elbows, start with head, or go all the way down just to rest. Wow, very tight. Pigeon pose. We'll take about 8 breaths in this posture. Halfway there. Last one. Wow. Using your hands for support. Framing that front knee, tucking the back toe under, push into the hand. You're gonna hover that right knee, see if you can hover it right up, and then alternate elbows. Right elbow, left elbow. Awesome. Kick it up. Just shake out that right hip a little bit, soothe it. However it looks for you. It's your body, your movements. All right, switch sides. Pigeon on the left. Slide that left knee up. Bring it to the ground in between your thumbs. Gently adjust. Right hip drops. Left hip crease comes back. It's like I almost need a blanket here underneath my left hip. I highly recommend support if your hip is high. I'm just not wanting to go give support at the moment, so I'm then using my elbows gently, double fists possibly, and then fully melt down. Just be gentle and kind to your body. And if there's any knee injuries, go upside down. You have upside down pigeon, so you'd be on your back. Again, 8 breaths. Halfway there. Wow, last breath. Gently come out. Use that right toe to tuck under to push yourself high. Right, left knee, right elbow, left elbow. Excellent. Shoot that left leg high. And then circle it out. Soothe that left hip. Each leg is different. Might need different things. Go inward. Go right into that hip socket. See what it wants. This side needs more attention for sure. Wow. All right. So left leg comes down. Peek towards your thumb. This is a fancy way to get to your hips. It's a little hop. You crisscross your ankles right at the front. Crisscross. Sit down. And straighten out the legs. Nice. Seated forward fold. Feel good. Then we'll roll down to our back. I'm moving my sit bones back slightly, which helps create space in the low belly. For staff pose, hands right next to the hips, chin to the chest, heart lifts. See if you can get your shoulders to stay down. Chin on the chest, just straightening it up through your spine, as tall and as long and as spacious as possible. All right, arms come high. And then make your way into forward fold. Again, 8 breaths feels like a good amount. We'll just stay for 8 breaths. Last 2. Last one. Good. Inhale halfway out. So you're just lifting your spine up, maybe even walking the hands back if you're as low as I was. And then exhale, crisscross your arms. Great counter pose. As you pull the navel in, drop your chin to your chest. Get your shoulders to roll forward and your chin to go right and left. Inhale back to center. Take that bottom hand and bring it up and over. And then roll yourself down again. So you just alternated arms. Chin to the chest. Beautiful. Inhale, come back up. And then find your way rolling down. That's it. A little bit of roll. Make sure you have your mat behind you. Go roll, roll, roll. Good. Once you're almost all the way down, touch up the heels to lift, upper body to lift, and then let it go. Oh, wow. Awesome. Nice. Any last posture that your body wants? Maybe happy baby, bringing the knees towards your chest. Knees off to the side, little rock. And then plant the feet, last little bit. Bridge pose, counter stretch the front of the hip flexors. Hold for 5 breaths. Good. Upper body lowers, middle, lower back. Nice. Feel like you're ready. Move into Shavasana. And rest. Ooh, awesome. So good. Feet turning out, palms up. Letting your whole body just relax into the mat.
My whole body's laying on the ground. I feel my whole body just laying on the ground. Mm-hmm. And you're at your own space, so you can stay as long as you like, of course. But if and when you feel ready, you can wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers, rock the head gently side to side. Bringing the knees up to your chest. And then rolling to whichever side you want to roll towards.
Using your hands for support. Top hand coming up.
One last breath, inhale. And let it out through the mouth. Wow. All right. Namaste. I celebrate you for taking class and making it all the way to the end with me. Appreciate you. And I'll see you next time. Thank you, guys.